Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Next episode of Your Smell. Here we go. So, heads over heels of your latest episodes of ECW, and we now bring to you the ECW exclusive Sin pay-per-view here on YouTube. Yay! Hooray! So we had a decent amount of build-up, but anyway, now to say, as we stare into this awesome pay-per-view poster that I did, I got too lazy to do this because I didn't know what kind of superstars to pick out. And also, I've been having this one for a long time because I already knew what was going to happen. Anyway, main event. No, let's say main event here tonight on Sin. No disqualification match, of course, because every match here needs to use no disqualification. It's in the name, Extreme Championship Wrestling. But anyway, minoru Suzuki defends his ECW World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Strowman. But to kick things off here tonight, the Monster Abyss and the Blueprint Matt Morgan, they will give out an open challenge for their tag team titles, for those ECW tag team titles. And so we shall see who will accept it here on ECW. Let's go to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, me, the Blueprint Matt Morgan, and my partner right here, the monster, the devastating monster that is my partner Abyss, we are your current and reigning ECW Tag Team Champions here on the ECW brand. We, so far, have not lost these Tag Team Championships. DIY couldn't steal those tag titles from us at Barely Legal a couple of weeks ago. And so now, since then, we haven't really been seeing Dragon Gano and Tommaso Ciampa all that much. So, we don't know what's happening with DIY, but apparently there are some other tough guy tag teams over here in the ECW that have been trying to get an opportunity, which is why we got an number one contenders tag team matchup up next after this matchup for some apparent reason between Hayabusa, Tiger Mask, and the whole Luke Harper and their growing tag team. I don't know what that's all about, but apparently they got some heat that they're going to settle, and the great reward is going to be a shot at our tag team championships. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, we gave an open challenge for a reason. And that's for any damn tag team in the back who has not debuted or who just wants a second opportunity, they could challenge for these tag team championships right now. So, ECW, what's the best that you got? Well, who is it? Who can it be? And ladies and gentlemen, we have absolutely no rumors of anything of that. I was going to make up a live saying how there's been rumors for weeks. No, there hasn't. But ladies and gentlemen, we're quickly kicking things off here. The match has already started because this game just wants to ruin this commentary. But anyway, Victor and Connor, the Ascension, they're here on the ECW brand, and they're immediately trying to make an impact against Abyss and Matt Morgan, as this is a simultaneous matchup, which means all four men will be in the ring at the same time. No eliminations count. First pinfall, first submission, and no disqualifications. And that went to the matchup, as there was just a major explosion between Abyss and I believe that was Connor or Victor. I can't remember which one. Okay, it was with Victor. Okay, I remember now. Here we know. Off the ropes goes Victor, and well, Abyss just simply punched him right in the goblet area there. Connor bringing him down. Matt Morgan now with the glass plane. He's the big man looking to set something up here. The Ascension double teaming on Abyss here, while Morgan, he's trying to think of some sort of strategy in the background. But now Victor, he's on the outside now. Got the table. And well, he's going to try to set something up here. This is ECW, and we're quickly getting a stream here for the first matchup of the night. And there goes Abyss. Well, there goes Matt Morgan into Abyss, actually. And now this one actually was going to be a easy victory. We almost had new ECW Tag Team Champions. Imagine if Victor and Connor, the Ascension, are to win the Tag Team titles in their first ever match here. Surprisingly enough, we all thought DIY was going to mostly try and challenge for those Tag Team titles, because I believe, I'm not even sure if they actually used their rematch clause or not, but remember, DIY, the latest challengers for Abyss and Morgan's Tag Team titles, I believe. And so, Gargano and Ciampa, we haven't really seen them all that much lately. So, but we do have a whole lot more tag teams. Now, Abyss with the pin onto Connor, almost getting that victory. As here, Morgan and Abyss taking down the Ascension here, as both, well, we had Connor and Victor in submission holds. Now Connor switching tables onto Abyss, but Matt Morgan still has Victor trapped inside that triangle choke. Anyway, now nice counter out of nowhere from Victor. That came out of nowhere. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be one of those chaotic match types. We're also gonna have another chaotic semi teams tag team matchup up next, which is going to be the #1 contenders match that we've been building up for an inconsiderable amount of weeks between the team of Hayabusa and Tiger Mask and Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. And so, ladies and gentlemen, well, all 4 men in those teams have been having, well, some pretty back and forth, pretty great one-on-one matches. So we shall see which tag team becomes #1 contender. See, their Abyss taken down. That's Connor into the pin. There he goes. I forgot what was his finisher. But anyway, he gets the victory. Matt Morgan picks up a victory for the team of him and Abyss. And well, ladies and gentlemen, still your ECW Tag Team Champions and spoiling the debut of the Ascension, Abyss and Matt Morgan, still your ECW Tag Team Champions to kick off the night here on ECW. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, our cameras, apparently, we have to pan backstage. There's something going on with Corey Graves and your general manager, Paul Heyman. Camera guys, what you got for us? Come on, Heyman. We all know I should be on the show. I know the match card has been confirmed, like as of a couple days ago. But after the unexplainable beating I gave Dean Ambrose on my debut on your latest episode of ECW, I have proven why I can be and why I currently am most likely your most valuable asset on this damn show. Please, all I'm asking you is to give me a match. I don't care against who. I don't care against anybody. I don't care. Hell, I wouldn't care if it's from a superstar from our Raw or SmackDown. Just give me a match here tonight or up next on this pay-per-view. Heyman, that's all I'm asking you. Well, listen here, Graves. I understand your demand. But then again, it was only one matchup. Sure, you did defeat Dean Ambrose. And sure, you did have a great showing against Ambrose. And sure, you actually almost injured Ambrose and his leg with your multiple shots, with multiple weapons, and those multiple different leg locks. I will admit that. You had an absolutely impressive showing against Dean Ambrose a couple days ago on ECW. And so, but while usually I won't do this and give superstars demands like this, for example, Adam Cole a couple weeks back, but then yet I still gave him and offered him the option. And guess what? He failed when I offered him the option. But just because I simply do like you a whole hell of a lot more than I do like and respect Adam Cole, I will give you your match here tonight. And so there's officially a 6th matchup added here tonight on the ECW Sin pay-per-view. But Corey, listen here, don't be getting all happy on me now, because your match is up next, and it's gonna be against an opponent of my choosing. So you better start walking down to that damn ring. Well, ladies and gentlemen, blockbuster announcement. Thank you, cameraman, for going backstage here, but you could have given us at least a better camera angle. But anyway, needless to say, blockbuster announcement made here tonight by ECW General Manager Paul Heyman, giving Corey Graves a matchup here tonight on pay-per-view, and it's up next. Heyman didn't say anything about who Graves' opponent will be, but ladies and gentlemen, a 6th matchup has officially been added to this Sin pay-per-view, and so I guess that #1 contenders tag team matchup is going to have to wait once Corey Graves has his matchup. But anyway, let's go to the ring as Corey Graves is beginning to make his entrance, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a good matchup, hopefully. Alright, here we go. Corey Graves making his way down to the ring. Who shall his opponent be? We're getting a whole lot of surprises here tonight on ECW. First, the Ascension. And now it is going to be this man, Finn Balor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is not no return. This is not no debut. This right here is Finn Balor. And he's been having a very impressive showing as of late on ECW. I see right there trying to go for the shotgun dropkick off the gate. I see Corey Graves, multiple strikes by the Savior misbehavior. But no, Balor, well, trying to do something, but Graves taking him down. Corey Graves, he's angry. He's not playing no game. Samoan drop right to Finn into the pin. Only a 1 count. Finn Balor, of course, very tough, very resilient. He actually was very close to winning the ECW Championship in the beginning of this universe mode in the 4-man ECW title tournament between Baron Corbin, Dean Ambrose, Raven, and Balor himself. Balor did lose to Raven, and then Raven, he did defeat Corbin, I believe, or Corbin defeated Raven. Raven did defeat Corbin in the finals of the ECW title tournament as Balor completely under control. And he has it in this matchup off the Brainbuster, waiting for a Graves to get up. Shotgun dropkick right to the face. Trying to use it to sub for the coup de grace. Of course, Balor's finisher, the coup de grace. But Graves just not going to stay down long enough from Balor's shotgun dropkick. And so, as Corey Graves with the brass knuckles. Here he has those chains connect right to his knuckles as well. And so the brass knuckles along with the chains on the knuckles as well. Multiple shots right to the face of Balor. And there goes Finn Balor, crashing down on the outside. Corey Graves now taunting away. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Finn Balor, he has gotten a great amount of victories on your past, 3 or 4 episodes of ECW, defeating great wrestlers such as, I don't know, the only one I could actually remember is, well, he has defeated Sin Cara. He's also defeated Chris Jericho. And I believe he's also defeated one more. No, he also, well, anyway, Graves now taking him down. I don't even know the hell that is again, but off the ropes goes Balor. Samoan drop right onto the broken piece of the table. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Finn Balor, he has defeated Jerry Lynn. He has defeated Sin Cara. Finn Balor has defeated Sin Cara. He has defeated Jerry Lynn. And he also has defeated Chris Jericho. I'm not sure if there's been more, but he has been having many matches in a row lately on ECW. And he's been doing well after his whole rivalry against Braun Strowman, where Balor, he kept losing his matches against Braun Strowman. And so Strowman, he's now going to face off against Minoru Suzuki for the ECW Championship later on tonight. But, needless to say, Balor now using those brass knuckles right to Corey Graves, telling him how you like that. But now, it's like Graves wasn't even affected by it. He's actually busted open as Balor using the lead pipe. Nice move by Finn into it. Well, just a figure 4 lead lock. That's what Graves used with multiple weapons to try to break apart Ambrose's leg. Trying to break apart the ligament from the knee. And it didn't work out well for Ambrose. He didn't get injured. Ambrose, luckily enough, did not get injured in the matchup. But he was seen limping backstage shortly after that matchup. Luckily, no damage was sustained. But Graves definitely going to try to do that Balor. But so far, Balor trying to keep his ground here. Well, Balor has been having a better showing than Dean Ambrose so far in this matchup, but Corey Graves still a very dangerous human being. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now Graves on the top rope. Never mind, psyching Balor out or decided against it. Perhaps Hurricanrana, nicely done by Finn. And now Graves, he's busted open even more. Brainbuster right to the outside. Graves immediately standing back up. Now Balor 450 splash right to Corey Graves. It's like he turned that into a clothesline in midair. That was very impressive from Finn Balor. Now Balor with that announce table. Come on, the announce table always suffers. It really always does. Anyway, now Balor on the ring apron, missing the shotgun dropkick. He's trying to go for so many of those, because that's how he starts with coup de grace. Finally nails it, but then once again, Graves just not gonna sell it. Balor trying so many more moves. Sunset flip, decides against it to go for the pin. Now trying to do DT, but now Graves counters out of nowhere. I know what Corey calls that, but just slammed him down. It's like a press slam into a power driver. Definitely could give you a concussion. And ladies and gentlemen, Finn Balor, most definitely on the verge of breaking his damn neck. Corey Graves, he walks out here tonight the victor. And well, he asked for his matchup. And well, the heel defeated the face. Corey Graves proven once again why he is a valuable asset. And once again, why he is a very dangerous man. And once again, why he is on ECW. Finn Balor having his first loss in a very long time. Last person to ever actually defeat him was Braun Strowman, and that was in between their whole rivalry, their serious matches that they had. And so Balor, after the whole Strowman and Balor rivalry, and when Strowman moved on to soon become a bigger monster, and also to soon get a number 1 contender shot, in which he did win the number 1 contenders matchup against Daniel Bryan, and soon he's now challenging Minoru Suzuki for the ECW Heavyweight Championship in the main event of this pay-per-view here tonight. But Balor, he did defeat Jerlyn, he did defeat Sankar, he did defeat Chris Jericho, and I believe he also defeated one more superstar that I can't currently think of, that I can't currently really remember. But he has defeated many superstars here in ECW, and he has lost to only Raven and Braun Strowman. And now he has lost to Corey Graves. But anyway, Corey, impressive showing. Corey Graves now 2-0 here on ECW. But now, as we move on, third matchup, No One Contenders tag title matchup. As it's going to be Tiger Mask and Hayabusa. They take on the team of Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, whoever wins this face off against your ECW Tag Team Champions, the Monster Abyss, and the Blueprint, Matt Morgan. And we shall see where the Ascension goes later on. They are now officially part of the ECW roster. DIY, they have not been seen in a while, but needless to say, ECW, they still have a great amount of tag teams here. But moving on, tag title. Well, No More Contenders for tag team title action up next. And so, well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper making their way down to the ring. We could perhaps see them or these two, the team of Tiger Mask and Hayabusa, the high-flying team of Tiger Mask and Hayabusa. Tiger Mask, of course, no one with the Tiger Mask, easily self-explanatory. Hayabusa, the one without the Tiger Mask, to be fair. Anyway, tag team action on the way right here. And well, we got the very strong, not a strong style, because that doesn't really suit well, but just powerhouse type style. That's what I'm looking for. The word I'm looking for. Powerhouse type style of Eric Rowan and Luke Harper against the high flying compatibility of Tiger Mask and Hayabusa. Of course, Tiger Mask and Hayabusa very entertaining to see in the ring, and you can only see them here on these stories here. Eric Rowan taking on a little high flying action right there as he flies to the outside of the ring. And we know Hayabusa, well, he's got drilled down to the mat by Luke Harper. And Tiger Mask, well, getting caught by Eric Rowan right to the table as well. And there goes Hayabusa by Luke Harper. And Harper, elbow drop right to Hayabusa. Tiger Mask, luckily enough, he breaks it up. But Luke Harper just throwing Hayabusa. And, well, definitely a nasty landing. That's here there, Luke Harper going for the pin. Not going to get, not even a 2 count, I believe. And now Hayabusa, upper hand, hurricane right to Luke Harper. And now we'll see there, Tiger Mask on Eric Rowan, Hayabusa on Luke Harper. And now, well, never mind. I was about to say Tiger Mask and Hayabusa have the upper hand here, but no, Eric Rowan breaking free. And now just lifts up Tiger Mask, slamming him down. Reverse DDT type suplex as Luke Harper making sure Hayabusa does not have family, I guess. I don't know. What a headbutt from Eric Rowan. And ladies and gentlemen, let's just talk about the fine style of Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. I see their amazing strength, and this time devastating, and shown by Luke Harper with the back suplex to both Tiger Mask and Hayabusa. And there goes Rowan getting caught by Tiger Mask. Once again, let's go ahead and try and talk about Rowan and Harper here. Wait, what? Whatever. Okay, that was unique. I've never seen something like that here in universe mode. Well, see here, Tiger Mask, like a reverse, whatever it was, definitely trying to just rip apart the arms and limbs of Eric Rowan. That worked out well. Of course, Tiger Mask, Hayabusa, 2 high flyers. Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, their style, they're pretty. Let's just say, what's the nicest way to say it? I'm trying to say it in a nice way. They're pretty mean. They don't have a pretty fancy looking style of them. It's not pretty like the Tiger Mask and Hayabusa high flying style. If anything, it's pretty more gruesome, and not to mention pretty more of an ugly type style, but it does get the job done. And well, Hayabusa, miscommunication between two partners. Hayabusa hitting Tiger Mask with the lead pipe across the head, missing his target, which was Eric Rowan, and Hayabusa struggling to get up after that. As he finally does, Eric Rowan has him powerbomb right through the steel steps. For sure, that's it. And yes, it is. Eric Rowan. Just a powerbomb right through the steps goes Hayabusa. And Eric Rowan picks up a victory for the Eric Rowan and Luke Harper tag team. And not to mention Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, they are now #1 contenders for the ECW Tag Team Championships that Abyss and Matt Morgan still hold. And so, on either future episodes of ECW or the next pay-per-view, we shall get we shall get Eric Rowan and Luke Harper versus, well, challenging Matt Morgan and the best for those titles. So, ladies and gentlemen, 3 matches down here on the ECW Sin pay-per-view, especially the impromptu Finn Balor and Corey Graves matchup that we had a couple minutes ago. Pretty good matchup between those two. Anyway, moving on. Your 4th matchup, which is going to be for the ECW Hardcore Lightweight Championship, as Adrian Neville defends that lightweight title of his against #1 contender Shane Douglas. That shall be an interesting contest. And ladies and gentlemen, it is up next here on ECW Sin. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching the Sin pay-per-view so far. Been having some pretty good matches here. Some pretty good regular old school extreme matches. The regular ECW style, or the original ECW style. As here we go, Adrian Neville, your ECW Hardcore Lightweight Champion. He defends the title against Shane Douglas. Shane Douglas, of course, won a triple threat against Chris Jericho and Pentagon Dark in your latest episode. Well, not your latest episode of ECW, but in, like, your past, one of your past episodes of ECW. And the past episode of ECW happened. Shane Douglas win the #1 contender shot. And so he, ironically enough, changing for that lightweight title. Although, in reality, he's not in the limit. He's not the cruiserweight limit. But since he looks like he is the cruiserweight limit in here, we're just going to let it slide. Although, in reality, he's not really a lightweight. But in the game, he looks like a lightweight, and that confused me for a second. So, whatever. Anyway, now Shane Douglas, right to Adrian Neville, but Neville countering. Of course, Neville, same like Tech Mask, same like Hayabusa, same like Finn Balor. Has those amazing kicks, has some great high-flying ability, could pull off some pretty nice-looking chops right to the chest. Could also has amazing speed, has amazing agility, pull off a whole lot of high-flying moves like so, but missing that on Shane Douglas. Shane Douglas getting caught, though, to a bebe suplex. Nicely done by Neville. Definitely a great competitor to watch. One of the best here on ECW. He has barely lost a matchup, and I believe Neville, he has only lost 1 matchup here in ECW, either 1 or 2. And he's had many here in ECW. And he's only lost a couple. I see right there. Shane Douglas just going right to using the weapons. Using the fire extinguisher shortly after using the 2x4. And Neville busted open in the first shot by the 2x4. And now Neville, well, the blood in his eyes. And perhaps going to be difficult for him to see. But he does nail that dropkick on point. But Shane Douglas, well, turned around into another dropkick. Didn't work out fully well for him. And now Neville on, nope. He thought against it as soon as he saw Shane Douglas get up. Perhaps Neville was trying to think of something there. And now, perhaps was going to jump off the table. But no, Shane Douglas off the ropes. And, well, Neville midway counters that side hill takedown. There goes Shane. Just being sent flying. There goes Neville over the top rope. Airborne to the outside. Neville most definitely must have a concussion. What disrespect. Shane Douglas with the beer bottle spinning right to the eyes of Neville, and what a backbreaker. And then the beer bottle just explodes inside both Shane Douglas and Neville's face. Remember, Neville, he is wide. I can't talk. He is cut wide open, so the blood meeting beer going right into the blood wound. Not working out well, and now Neville on the table nails the shooting star press. Not all that pretty, but effective. On to Shane Douglas. Douglas holding on to his ribs as he gets Irish whipped right to the side of the table moments ago, and he is struggling to get up. Must have cracked the rib. Definitely had to crack the rib. Anyway, now Shane Douglas has him trying to do something here, but no, to nail the AT counter by Adrian Neville, your lightweight champion. Though handled multiple by Shane, and it works out well in Shane Douglas' favor. Looking to become the new lightweight champion here tonight on the Sin pay-per-view, ECW exclusive, of course. And now Neville thinking something here. Shane Douglas measuring him up, and trying to catch him in midair. Not working out. Shouldn't start pressing nice and out, and now sending up. Can we get it? Yes, we do. Red arrow by Adrian Neville. Not going for the pin, though. Has him body slam, and now, well, never mind. What a catch in midair. Douglas catching Neville in midair. He caught Neville midway from the red arrow and delivered him down with a burning hammer. Slam. Nicely done. Only a 2 count though. Anyway, now Douglas sunset flip right through a table onto Neville. It wasn't a pretty nice and satisfying table break, so that doesn't really matter. Nice drop kick from Neville. Sets him up. Here we go. A second red arrow, a third red arrow attempt. Second one to connect it. First time was a charm. Second time wasn't. Third time is a charm this time. And so it gets no victory. First time it worked, he didn't do the pin. Second time it got countered in midair. Third time he actually decides to do the pin, and it works out in his favor. Adrian Neville walks out here tonight still your ECW Hardcore Lightweight Champion, as he defeats Shane Douglas in a pretty decent short matchup right there. Douglas trying to pull it off his all. Douglas most definitely had it. He did have a good chance, but perhaps that Irish rip right to the side of the table perhaps cracked the rib of Shane Douglas, and perhaps just made him a little bit more weaker. Definitely had to gasp for air, but Neville, just the beer being spat into his eyes, and then after that, the beer bottle exploded right to the face of Neville, along with Shane Douglas, but it did hit Neville's face twice. And Neville was busted wide open, so though that blood wound still has to be stinging from the beer. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to your next contest. And the next matchup, which is going to be the triple threat for the ECW Hardcore Television Championship, as Kenny Omega defends that title against not one, but 2 men in the matchup, as he defends it against the man who defeated him in a non-title contest. In one of your previous episodes of ECW, he defends against Test, and the man he defeated back in Week 8 at the Live from the MSG pay-per-view, and the man he won from, which is Taz. Taz cashing in his rematch clause, using his rematch clause here tonight. Test here immediately got an opportunity because he did defeat Kenny Omega in a one-on-one non-title contest. So we shall see how he fares out in this triple threat. But we do know those 2 dangerous men, Taz and Test, they did have a matchup previously on Superstars, and well, in which both got ambushed by number 1 contender for the East, the title, Braun Strowman. If you didn't see Superstars, well, then you should check the Taz and Test match out, as it was a preview of the triple threat, as Taz did win that matchup. So can that be what happens in the triple threat up next? But anyway, now let's say Omega defends the title, and it's right now. Alright, here we go, triple threat time. Quite frankly, in my personal opinion, this has been the match I've been waiting for the most. And it's finally happening here tonight. Taz has made his way down to the ring. Here comes that big 7-footer. Taz does have a great advantage in this matchup, as he has the greater height. And Kenny, the Cleaner Omega, one of the best wrestlers in the world today. And he is only here on ECW. And well, what disrespect. A little bit of what happened in the last matchup with Shane Douglas grabbing that beer. Omega, he has the beer bottle now. It's a different beer bottle. Just drinking it in the ring. Not sure how wise that is to drink before a matchup. Well, besides Stone Cold Steve Austin doing it. And now, well, what's Omega doing now? He's trying to escape from Taz and Test. They seem to be occupied, and Omega just drinking the beer. Sitting on a chair, throwing the beer bottle. Not sure if that landed. No, it didn't land on our Taz or Test. And Omega drop kick right to both Taz and Test. Both men fall off full chair. Omega to a pin on Test. 1 count. And now, well, the big man, he's dazed to a pin onto Taz. 1. And another 1 count. Omega going for both. Gambled a little bit too much. Not paying off for him. And now the big man, the big guy, Test, he's angry. Steal a chair shot right to the back of Omega. Right to the back of the ribs. And now headlock across the handle of the chair, right to Taz's face. Definitely going to get the big guy angry. And now Omega spin the beer right to both Taz and Taz's face and eyes. And just back to head, and now using the beer bottle right across the skull of both Taz and Test. All 3 men have beer splattered onto their eyes. Taz not feeling the effects of that much. And now double axe handle right to the back head of Test. Now, multiple steel chair shots. 1 for Omega, 1 for Test. Each time, once again, Taz killing 2 birds with 1 stone here in Omega and in Test. Of course, Omega and Taz, they had some history. As, of course, Omega did defeat Taz for the Hardcore Television title in the first place. And now Test kicking out of the full Nelson suplex. Of course, Taz's best maneuver And then after that, Omega shortly getting out of it as well. So Taz perhaps didn't do it full force. And now the big 7-foot test, he is busted wide open, throwing Omega over the top rope. And now it's only these two. A little bit of a rematch from Superstars, perhaps. No, but Taz going straight to the outside, going for specifically Omega, which makes complete utter sense. But Taz, he wants to be involved in this. And so he is. Using the steel chair to his advantage, but now Taz just find him off. Listen to the leg drop, and now the cleaner getting up, trying to get the crowd behind him. And now, what's this V-trigger right to the face of Test? Devastating V-trigger. That just brutal running high knee that can't even cost the V-trigger, making Test being busted open wide more. Just being busted open a little bit more. And so, ladies and gentlemen, just rewind that, see that in slow motion. Because that was a thing of beauty, but yet something very, very explicit. And now Omega just trying to do anything he could. And now, oh no. Perhaps another one. Another V-trigger, this time to Taz. And one to the back of the head of Test. And one to Test again. My goodness, V-trigger mania missing that one on Taz. Omega getting a little bit too hyped up here. Throwing Taz over top rope, bringing Test into the ring. Off the rope, shooting star press. Omega on complete and utter control, and shooting star press this time to Taz on the outside. Kenny Omega is a man possessed, unloading on both challengers. But now powerbomb, snapmare, that was a little bit unorthodox from the big man Test, but hey, it was pretty effective. As there, Taz and Test momentarily teaming up, multiple kicks across, right to Omega. This has been a great matchup so far. I've personally been enjoying it, which is why I predicted it's going to be a best match of the night. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully the Strowman and Suzuki matchup is not better, but sometimes probably is. Anyway, now Taz missing multiple shots with the nightstick, trying to get either Test or Omega, but now finally gets Test, hitting Omega a couple times as well. Omega getting his share of punishment. Test getting the most shares of punishment as he is busted wide open. And now Omega, well, he missed that V-trigger vividly. Perhaps getting a little bit too carried away, but now V-trigger right to Taz, and another V-trigger to Tasmanian submission machine. That is Taz, and another V-trigger. And now just that mini swanton. Working out well in the favor for Kenny Omega are those V-triggers, as a whole lot of momentum into those knees, off those running knees, and it's working out very well for Omega, using the nightstick across the face, across the back head of both Test and Taz, and now misses the dropkick. He's gone for so many dropkicks in this matchup. It's been working out well for him. The champion, the cleaner, Kenny Omega, the hardcore television champion, working out well. He's been doing well in this matchup. Test, well, he's been pretty good. So has Taz. I see an impressive show in German Suplex City, and Raw's Brock Lesnar. Definitely gonna be mad about that, but yeah, again, Lesnar hasn't even showed up at all on Raw. He hasn't been advertised all that much. Perhaps the debut could be scrapped. We don't know. But he's only been advertised a couple of times. He still is rumored to come over to Raw. We don't know yet. I see right there Taz getting sent over the ropes with that suplex takedown by that just 7 feet monster that is Test. Test and Big Cass. That'll be a pretty interesting matchup. Test, of course, will be representing ECW. Big Cass, of course, will be representing the Raw brand for that one. Spinebuster, nicely done, but then again, a nice counter by Omega to counter over the Spinebuster. German suplex, well, not German suplex, full Nelson suplex to Taz, and that is mimicking his finisher. So Taz not too happy about that, perhaps. But now Omega on the top of the rope, nails dropkick right to Test, and now V-trigger miss. I thought he surely connected to the back head of Taz. Taz taking out Omega out of the equation. Nope. Well, now Omega's out of the equation, getting sent over the top rope, and now, well, Taz, he could have this one. He could have this victory in the back. He could become the new hardcore champion. He's trying to hardcore television champion, German suplex, and now, here we go. Omega breaks it up just in the nick of time. Test for sure wasn't going to kick out of that German suplex. Omega just getting there in the nick of time in hopes that he retains his championship here tonight. And as see there, those shots to the back of the head and the front of the head of both Test and Taz with that camera. And now Omega, only one standing here, one-winged angel on to Taz, but Taz a pin into Omega midway. That was unorthodox, and whoa, face cutter. There goes Taz, and a V trigger by Omega. Pin him. No, trying to go for a one-winged angel onto Taz. That would have worked out well because Taz was taking out the equation, but no. As Theater Taz, resilient as ever, countering it. Omega had in the bag, V trigger right to Taz, throws him out the ring, and now Taz is out of the equation. Test, the big man, could be lifted up. It's going to be difficult to lift up the big man. That is Test. Yes, Theater Test going for a pin shortly after that. Not sure why that was Omega. Quite frankly, he's been taking the least amount of punishment in this match if you really think about it. Anyway, now, missing that V-trigger. The V-trigger has been working out very well for him, but he's been missing it a couple of times. Perhaps getting a little bit too cocky while doing those V-triggers. That could be a reason I see her there. Test falls to the outside from yet another V-trigger. Taz, he doesn't notice the V-trigger to the back of the head. As Test falls off the ring apron, Omega picks up the victory. Taz didn't notice. Omega V-trigger right to the back neck, right to the back head. One of those 3 pinpoints onto the big man Test, onto a bloodied big man Test. And Test just falling off the ring apron from that like 100th V-trigger that Omega has done in this matchup. And then Taz just, he didn't know where he was at. Taz just perhaps didn't even know his surroundings. He did take a couple of ounces of punishment in the matchup. But let's say Omega steals one here tonight. And so the cleaner, Kenny Omega, walks out here tonight. Still the ECW Hardcore Television Champion. Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, every single champion in this pay-per-view has retained their title so far. Of course, the Ascension, they were unable to win the tag titles in their first ever matchup here in ECW, along with Adrian Neville winning back his lightweight title and on a couple minutes ago against Shane Douglas. And now, well, ladies and gentlemen, Omega retains his title here tonight. And we're now moving on. Their 6th and final matchup here tonight. Minoru Suzuki defends that ECW championship of his against Braun Strowman. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a complete and utter car crash. It's not going to be pretty, but it's up next in your main event of Sin. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, no disqualification rules in this matchup, like with every other matchup for ECW. Your main event, your long-awaited, your highly anticipated main event. We've waited like half an hour to like 40-something minutes. I don't know, but it's finally happening. And oh man, the disrespect. Minoru Suzuki with that broom, sweeping it around. Usually Kenny Omega would do that, but Suzuki doing Omega's job here. And he's going to perhaps foreshadowing a clean sweep against Strowman, missing that high knee. And now Strowman unloading off the missed high knee by Suzuki. But Suzuki answers with a headbutt. And this time connects the high knee. Strowman just got up after that. Brainbuster by Suzuki. What strength. Strowman still got up. Braun Strowman. He got up of... Well, ladies and gentlemen, Strowman just got from a brainbuster, and before that, a high knee right to the back of the shoulder. Just a high knee strike. And, well, Strowman trying to fight back here against Suzuki. Doing a pretty good job at it. Pretty damn good job, if you ask me. Snap suplex right to the ring apron. Suzuki immediately getting up after that. Both of these two men, this is going to be a scary matchup. And Strowman catches Suzuki in midair. What the hell? Only a 1 count. This is awesome. We could already start those chants, Strowman. Well, what athletic ability. He also kick up as well. This matchup this already has it all, to be fair. It's been a great matchup so far. German suplex from Braun. Suzuki taking a nasty land on the outside. And now, well, Suzuki trying to get some momentum here. Headbutt right to the back of the head. Not sure how wise that was for Suzuki's own well-being. But then again, he doesn't care about his own well-being, because he's Minoru Suzuki. What do you expect? Not to mention his toughness. It could easily be classified as in the 100. So, that's easily all said and done. And it really is, to be very true. Anyway, now, well, trying to use that pull stick against Strowman. Not gonna fully work out. And now Strowman waiting for Suzuki. Has him. Well, Suzuki, was that a slap? I didn't fully see if that was a slap or not. But now Strowman definitely now is having, trying to bait him in. He's close to the glass plane. And now Suzuki with the broom uses it against Strowman. finally able to use that broom in this matchup, but Strowman no selling it once again. Strowman doesn't feel nothing. Small package counter from the big man. That's unique, I guess. Suzuki has him up. Well, never mind, didn't have him up, but he did get kicked into the glass plane. Both of these men trying to use it. Oh man. Suzuki with the counter has him. Golden Star Power Driver. I was about to say power bomb, but no, power driver. Suzuki's finisher didn't break it. Strowman now side headlock takedown. Oh my God, Strowman's head. Only a one. Strowman doesn't feel nothing. This man's immortal. Samoan drop right through the glass, and Suzuki kicks out at nothing. Suzuki and Strowman, these two men, they don't feel nothing. Suzuki cleaning up the glass. I don't even know what the hell he's doing anymore. Trying to use the broom. Third time's the charm in a row against Strowman, missing both shots there. These men have been kicking out of everything, anything and everything here. Ladies and gentlemen, Strowman simply walking away. Spin punch right to the mouth. Clothesline now. Braun Strowman. No remorse being shown right here. Strowman is a man possessed. But then again, so is Suzuki. Both these two are crazy. This was the craziest matchup to have. I admit it. And well, Suzuki perfectly placed on the table. And well, okay, that worked out well for Strowman. But okay, Suzuki, he's okay. Both of these men falling asleep now. I don't know what the hell's happening anymore. Suzuki sending Strowman onto the table. Ah man, Suzuki, the ECW champion. Right through the table. Gets nothing but air. But then again, he immediately got back up. And Strowman bans Suzuki in. Suzuki slips off the turnbuckle because he's clumsy. I guess, I don't know. Suplex almost into the football chair. Okay, now they're going to go to the announce table. That's great. No, and power driver by Suzuki. Strowman right through the table. And now Strowman power driver to Suzuki, this time to the broken table. Strowman and Suzuki are not setting on these moves. And Strowman with a splash. That has to be it. That for sure has to be it. 1, 2, only a 2 count. And Suzuki immediately gets back up. Braun and remember Suzuki bringing on a clinic here. Strowman and Suzuki just trying to kill each other here. Surprisingly, no blood has been shed. But then again, commentator's curse. Never mind, I thought Strowman was busted open for a second off the headbutt, but he was not by slam. Nicely done by Strowman into a pin. Perhaps getting a little bit desperate here. Only a 2 count for Braun. Suzuki trying to fight back with the tennis racket. And, well, that works out well for him. Use that across the head. Throwing it to Strowman. And then the high knee right to the face. Nice distraction. Only a 1 count. And Strowman is immediately back up. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, Suzuki. Well, he definitely felt the effects of that. And Suzuki now busted wide open. And Strowman using the tennis racket. Right to the back of the head of Suzuki. And another shot. And here we go. Perhaps another. Nope. Suzuki ducking all those. Misses the high knee. Those high knee strikes definitely been devastating here in that. First Omega with the V-trigger, and now Suzuki with those of his own. And right now Strowman. The tennis racket worked out well for him. Suzuki misses that high knee strike once again. Strowman has no scout. Never mind, not that time. And Suzuki, upper hand here. Strowman just crawled right to him. And here we go. Brainbuster right to the side of the steel steps. Oh, Suzuki set that one up, and he set that one up good. But Strowman holding on to his face, and he's immediately back up. These two men taunting towards the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, Strowman and Suzuki, they will not die in this matchup. Strowman, he misses the shot, goes through the steel steps. I think Suzuki just baited him in. Golden Star Power Driver by Minoru Suzuki, the ECW champion. Here we go. Only a 2 count. Strowman kicks out. And that was a shot right through the steel steps. Suzuki's finisher, the Golden Star Power Driver. Or is it just the Golden Power Driver? I can't remember the name of it anymore. What a headbutt from Suzuki. Into the pin. Can that one be it? Strowman's back of his head hit the ring post as well. Only a 2 count. This time Strowman's not getting up. Thank God. And, oh my God. What the hell? What the hell is this? Suzuki, multiple shots with a sledgehammer. Luckily enough, it's being censored by the ring apron. And Strowman getting up after those multiple shots with the sledgehammer, and Suzuki sending Strowman back to the ring. Strowman getting completely and utterly manhandled here. And Strowman just taunting Suzuki. Suzuki sledgehammer in hand, so he's taunting him. He's taunting him, waiting for him to jump, and Strowman baited him in, just throwing him across. However, how much feet that was, I don't know. Strowman trying to go for just manhandling him. Perhaps that's a running power slam of some sorts, and he's trying to go for it. We saw him do that to both Taz and Test when he attacked them on your latest episode of Superstars. Just to send a message to Suzuki, perhaps. No, not perhaps. Most indefinitely it was. Anyway, now Suzuki, he's just walking around here. He's not even taunting. Waiting for Strowman. Well, trying to step for a headbutt, but no. Gets caught. And gets suplexed for struggles right into those broken parts of the steel steps. And now Strowman, a couple shots of sledgehammer. Suzuki answers back with a headbutt. Has him. Hits him across the head with a sledgehammer again. And another one. Waits him. Another. He waited for him. A headbutt, and now, oh man, here we go. A second Golden Star Power Driver right onto the broken steel steps. 1, 2, 3. Suzuki walks out here tonight, still your ECW Heavyweight Champion. What a damn matchup. And I thought the triple threat between Omega, Test, and Taz was good. And I thought those 2 tag team matches we had, the number 1 contenders for tag titles, and the little tiny quick matchup between the Ascension and Abyss and Matt Morgan for those ECW tag titles was good. I thought the Neville and Shane Douglas matchup was pretty good as well. And I also thought that impromptu Finn Balor and Corey Grace matchup was decent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all those have been blown out of the water. They've been taken out of the radar. Because here tonight, Suzuki and Strowman, perhaps the best match of the night, perhaps the best day of match ever here on ECW. None of those men shedding all that much blood. I only think 1 drop of blood was actually spattered onto that mat like it was for the past few matches before this in this pay-per-view. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching the ECW exclusive Sin pay-per-view, as that's how we cap off week 13 of Universe Mode. We now move on into week 14, where your next pay-per-view will be SmackDown's exclusive Bound for Glory pay-per-view, with the Money in the Bank ladder match being your main event between 6 SmackDown Superstars. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching ECW. We'll catch you on the next one. Every champion retained his title here tonight, including Suzuki, who did have a hard-fought match against Strowman, and in the end, he won. Anyway, thank you guys for watching ECW. We'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye, everybody. This was awesome.